Hey guys, Yassi here with FearByDanceClasses.com. So today's video is going to be about kind of a serious topic that has been addressed in so many ways on the website, and I've never really taken the time to answer it until I started to get so many questions, and I was like, I guess this is a serious topic, and I know it's serious. It's not like I needed you guys' comments and questions to figure it out, but your comments and suggestions were more like, oh wow, this is more common than I thought. So the topic is about anxiety before a performance, and this could be something that you could be dealing with whether you are a professional belly dancer, or something like you could be dealing with if you were a student, first-time performer, or a student who's doing a Hafla type of performance where it's more like a student performance. So it doesn't matter what level, this is something that affects everybody. And in fact, anxiety is not something that affects just belly dancers or dancers for that matter, but it's something that could affect anybody in today's world, in today's society. It's whenever you're anticipating something where there is pressure on you to deliver, then you're always going to be dealing with anxiety. Anxiety is such a tricky feeling, it's such a tricky emotion. And in fact, there were studies that were even done about, and I'm going to talk from a US perspective here because that's what I relate to, but in the United States society and culture, there was a study that was done, and in fact several studies that were done, that show from the study's results that in fact anxiety is the #1 emotion felt by most people in this country. It is such a striking thing to me because I feel like there's so many other emotions that are more deserving of your feelings than anxiety, but apparently anxiety still gets the win. You can be happy, you can be sad, you can be anxious, you can be excited, you can be adventurous, you could be, so many things, but of all things you're going to be dealing with anxiety. So weird to me, but it is in fact the way it is. I'm not saying when I say it's weird to me, I don't mean that in a sense I've never dealt with anxiety. Of course I've dealt with anxiety. Everybody deals with anxiety. Anxiety is not necessarily a bad thing, it's also a good thing. When you're anticipating something so big and you're worried about how it's going to turn out, you feel anxiety. Great! That means you're working hard to make it the best you can make it be. So that's not necessarily a bad thing. But out of all the beautiful feelings we can possibly feel in this world, to feel anxiety is really sad, okay? So to say that anxiety is the #1 feeling most Americans feel, I think it's a little bit, first of all, I definitely think it's overly exaggerated and maybe completely wrong, but I also think it's so sad if that is truly your #1 feeling. If every situation you have in your life, from work to I don't know, hiking, it could be just dealing with anxiety. I think it's really a sad thing to deal with, and maybe you should look into that a little bit more. But anxiety before a dance performance is such a normal thing, because it basically says, I am dealing with something that is so stressful to me, that is above me, that is bigger than me, and I am trying to make it the best I can possibly make it. So that's not necessarily a bad thing, okay? So it's a good thing, okay? You're trying to make this whole dance thing a beautiful experience, and that puts in so much pressure on you, and you're dealing with the pressure. Good for you. It's not every time we deal with anxiety is a bad thing. If we deal with anxiety in a sense okay, this is so much pressure on me and I can't deal with the pressure, I can't deliver at all, and this is killing me because I have absolutely no delivery, then we have a problem. But if you're just saying, oh my God, this is so beyond me, so much pressure, and I am worried about my delivery, no big deal, because you will deliver. You're just worried about your delivery, which is totally okay. Being worried about your delivery is such a normal feeling, okay? So that is what I feel about that. But to be completely like against anxiety is like a little bit over the top. You have to feel anxiety to deliver. So that is normal. So how do you deal with anxiety is, first of all, recognize it, accept it, and then see how you're going to plan for it. Because you do have to plan for it. You say, you know what, I don't know how to do my anxiety because I'm feeling this and that and that. I don't know how to do that. Plan for it. You know, once you create a plan. So deal with anxiety as being a signal that you're about to approaching something really big and you're about to do something really big. And then therefore, you need to plan. So deliver by planning. That is how I would advise you personally to do it. So plan, find a way to make things happen the right way, the way you want it to, and the only way it's going to happen is if you plan it. So that's the way to deal with anxiety, I think, before a performance. You know, find your music, practice, lots of practice, and come out on stage and be who you are. And we talked about this so many times before. So that's the way to deal with it. That's the way I think you should deal with it. Let me know how you do with it on freebreakdanceclasses.com. Make sure you post the comments below this video and let me know what you do in order to deal with anxiety before a performance. freebreakdanceclasses.com, this is our website. See you next time. Bye-bye.